How's everyone doing today? This is Rocket City Rider. Just now leaving work, ready to hit the road. Such a beautiful day today, even though this morning it was raining. Got a little traffic lights. No, not really. Slug bug. And I got another ladybug on my bike today too. But it's a beautiful day. I can't complain. Woke up this morning. Check the weather, Friday I guess. Says it's only 20% chance of rain today. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'm going to take the bike into work. Maybe I won't get rained on at all. So I'll take the bike into work, and as soon as I get in, I look out the window and it's just downpouring. Check the weather, 70% chance of rain today. So it's been raining all day long. But luckily, by the time I get off work, I go outside and it's just a beautiful day. I am really glad that I brought the bike in today. Another red light. So I'm definitely enjoying this beautiful day. I'm glad I get to get out and get some riding in. I've only been riding for about 3 weeks now. This weekend, today's just Monday, but this Saturday will actually be 4 weeks that I've been on a bike. I bought the bike. First day I bought the bike, I actually took it out riding. I really wasn't planning on it. In fact, I was planning on just getting used to it since it is my first bike, and just getting on it and testing it out and seeing how everything went. That's not what happened. What happened was I sat there and I got in practice on it, got used to it, trying to figure out all the controls, figuring out when to shift and everything. And I was on it maybe 15-30 minutes. I was having problems going uphill, problems turning around and all that. Then the buddy that went with me to go pick up the bike and his next door neighbor actually said, "Hey, we're gonna go for a ride. You're coming with us." So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, we're going to do 20-30 miles an hour around the neighborhood, no big deal. I mean, I just bought the bike. Both of them knew I've never been on a bike before, giving me pointers, giving me hints, telling me what to look for and everything. So we're sitting here and we're going around and around. So we start cutting through the neighborhood, 20-30 miles an hour, what I'm thinking. But that's not all that we did. We sat here and we got on some back roads in the city I got the bike from. First day I've ever been on this bike, first day I've ever been on any motorcycle. And we started going on curvies. And they pulled over several times to make sure I was doing okay. We went around some deep bends. I had to hit the brakes pretty tough before I went into them. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad that I brought extra pairs of underwear, because I'm pretty sure I needed them. And we started riding, and the leader of the pack, or the guy that had the most experience, was in front of both of us. He would lose us in the curves. Like literally, he would sit there and he'd dip around the curve and take off. Well, then he'd slow down, realizing that we weren't as experienced riders as he was. So he'd slow down, and as soon as we caught up to him, he'd pop a wheelie and take off again. There's another motorcycle, by the way. I mean, it was pretty cool. My first day on the bike. Dude in front of us got a 1400cc bike, which he does have 30 years of experience riding bikes, so I mean, more power to him. I ain't gonna hate on him doing it. As a beginner though, trying to follow him, it was a bit difficult, I ain't gonna lie. I did have problems at coming to stop signs and everything, because a lot of these back roads had gravel on them. They were slick. So coming up to them, coming to a complete stop, turning on the turn signal, I had seriously had some problems. But I made it through. My only main concern was I got target fixation at one spot. And we were going around the curve, and on this curve there was a guy digging a hole out in his front yard. and he was at the bottom of the curve. So the curve went down, curved back around, and came back up. Well, on the far side of the curve was a bridge, and this guy was right before the bridge, just digging a hole in his front yard. And I'm just staring at him like, why is this guy digging a hole on such a beautiful day? Well, it took a couple seconds to kick in, and then I was like, oh shit, target fixation. So once I got this target fixation in, I was just focusing on him. Well, I finally started turning my glance over, and then I got fixed on a bridge. I did some of the stupidest stuff you could ever do learning how to get on a bike. I almost completely locked up my front brakes. I did let off the accelerator. I did pull in the clutch. But I also tried pulling my feet down to help stop. So I came at this bridge, heading straight in for the side of it. And luckily I got the bike slowed down enough to where I could actually make the turn safely. And I was able to get back. Well, I never actually left the road. I was able to stay on the road and complete the turn and go where I needed to go. But that was my first day riding. Needless to say, it was very eventful. And if I had anything but a 300, I probably would not be sitting here having this conversation with y'all. So I am happy I started off with the 300. I can control it very easily. It is a very light bike. I mean, I couldn't complain about this 300. It has been an awesome bike the 3 weeks I've had it. I've had to give it an oil change. I've had to clean the chain. The chain was just filthy. I had to clean the chain. I had to change the oil. And I mean, it's just regular maintenance and stuff you need to do while you have a bike. I mean, you can't have a bike and go, okay, I bought the bike, there's no more maintenance. It does not work like that at all. You actually have to keep up maintenance on a bike just like you do a car. In fact, it's almost very important that you don't miss any maintenance on a bike, because like a lot of people say, in a car you can come to a complete stop if a wheel falls off or if you blow your oil pan or something like that. You blow your oil pan on a bike, not only are you going to run something over, but your rear wheel is going to be covered in oil, and then you're just going to slide. And if you're on a curve when something like that happens, it's not going to end good for anybody. So when you get a bike, please make sure you do all your maintenance, whether you do it yourself, whether you take it to a shop to have it done, whatever. Do your maintenance that mom, owner's manual, says for you to do. Motorcycle owner's manual, mom. Always listen to your mom. But I mean, that's what it is. Make sure you keep your maintenance up on it. Make sure you keep doing everything you need to do to keep your bike in running performance. Especially if you're going to go sell it or something like that, make sure you keep up the maintenance on it, because that's going to be the last thing anybody wants, is a bike that's been neglected. They don't want that. They don't want to buy it. They don't want to look at it. They look at your chain and go, damn, that's nasty. And you're going to be like, but I can clean it. Well, it's going to be too late by then. They're going to want it already cleaned. They're not going to want something that looks like junk. So make sure you do all your maintenance and everything before you try selling it, before you take it onto the road. I mean, it's just very wise advice to make sure your bike is always as top running performance.